Hi everyone, welcome to Thuy and Edith Argue. I'm Edith.
I'm Thuy. It never ceases.
What doesn't?
The arguing.
Oh, I thought you meant the amazement that you feel when you see me or think about me or talk about me, which you do quite a lot apparently.
Hey, look at my new...
I want to see your cardigan.
Look at my new pullover.
Shirt.
It's not a cardigan.
What is it?
I don't know. It's just a zip-up hoodie. Well, it's not a hoodie.
So what is it?
It's a sweatshirt.
It's not a sweatshirt because it's got a zip.
Sweatshirts can have zippers.
Usually just little 3/4. I see what it says, Thuy. I can read.
I have to get a bigger one. This one's a little bit snug because of all my muscles.
Is that the muscles, or did you steal it from your daughter who really does all these Spartan races? You take all her stuff.
And I superimpose my face on it. Yeah. She doesn't do those. No offense, Ash, but we all know. So
She's
Edith,
not a runner.
She doesn't like those types
So
of
Edith,
things.
what? I'm going to cut you off.
No, I was just wondering, like what you have been doing the last week since I saw you.
Still trying to heal my back, pretty much. That's about it. Bad back. You know what it is? I eat too much. I eat too much junk food, which I shouldn't do. And do little exercise, because my back's bad, obviously. I can't move that much.
When your back's good, you don't do that much exercise.
Stop talking trash. You know that I do. I like to move.
You like to move, but you don't necessarily like to exercise.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She's flicking me off. The whole world could see that. Nice. You didn't need to stabilize your cup in that way, Edith.
It's a little tiny cup, and I have big hands.
Very man hands.
Big hands.
So, Edith.
So, Thuy.
How many times have you been on the road and then someone cuts you off and you experience what we all know as road rage?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day someone pisses me off on the road.
You're impatient.
Why am I impatient?
You get annoyed very easily.
With people who don't know how to drive, who usually end up in front of me.
Not just the driving, though. You're very irritable. You're so easily irritated.
You know what it is? I had a meeting today at my sister's place, and I think it's because I'm so damn great. I expect everybody else to be on my par. And when they're not, it can get a little annoying sometimes.
Well, why do I annoy you? We all know that I'm really great. I'm awesome.
You're just below my par, which is acceptable. You can kind of keep up, but then sometimes I'm like, oh, why? Which is one of your favorite questions.
I do like to ask that because I want to know the reasons why.
So what do you want to know the reason why to right now?
About road rage?
Yeah.
I have a reason for that because our topic today, I didn't know if you were going to tell our viewers what our topic was today, but I've never seen the movie The Purge, and it's come up in a talk that you and I had, a convo we had. I've never seen the movie, but I know the premise of it.
Okay.
And
tell the viewers the premise. If you'd like.
From what I know, and then obviously that you can elaborate, is there's an occurrence once a year.
Yes.
That happens in Staten Island, somewhere in the U.S., and we don't know what time period. This could be in the future, or maybe whatever, where the setting is.
Right.
But basically, once a year, people get a free pass to do whatever they want, any kind of criminal activity, murders. And from what I understand, if you survive the purge, then you get X amount of money for, I don't know, for being a part of it and surviving, making it through.
I didn't know all that. I know the premise. I've seen it. I saw it maybe a while ago.
Okay.
I saw it. It were many years ago, but it was what I remember of it. It was very bloody,
right,
violent, And I want too keen. I don't know why. I think I just thought it was stupid. But it is supposed to be. It was 2014.
Okay.
And a political party called the New Founding Fathers of America. They voted into office following an economic collapse. And they pass a law sanctioning the Purge, it's an annual event. It lasts for 12 hours.
Right.
And all crime is legal. Murder, all crime is legal for 12 hours, and the emergency services are not available.
I can walk into your house and take your blender.
You could try and take my blender. It would not be easy for you.
Really?
Yeah. But I have two, so you could take one of them. Okay.
Well, okay. First off, you've seen it.
I've seen it, yeah.
But you don't remember?
I vaguely remember something about a garage not closing and people got into the house, baseball bats, masks.
Okay, I see right away as I'm reading all of this, I have a couple of concerns. I know it's just a movie. Don't overanalyze it, Thuy.
Okay.
That's what Daniel will say to me all the time, like, just watch the movie, right? But, okay, first off, the reason why I asked you what I asked you earlier was because the director, James DeMonico, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he had a road rage incident.
A road rage?
Oh, a road rage. He had a road rage incident that gave him that idea. So
that's how it all came about?
Yes. So him and his wife were driving on a freeway, I don't know where, when a drunk driver cut them off and almost killed them. Yeah, right. Almost killed them. So both cars actually stopped. So the drunk driver actually stopped, but he had very little remorse. He was like shouting, arguing, as opposed to stepping out, apologizing. He just, whatever it was in their words, so I guess he had very little remorse for what he was doing. And meanwhile, James and his wife were just enraged, I mean, all the adrenaline going and everything. So I guess it came to like a fist fight. And then when police showed up and all this stuff, the incident was over. James's wife looked over at him and made a comment, wouldn't it be great if we could just be allowed one free murder a year? And it kind of made him feel a little bit bad because he says that she's normally a sweet woman. But that sparked the idea of creating the Purge. One free murder a year. But then meanwhile, this is a whole like full-blown, like everything goes though, not just one free murder a year. This is like you can do anything, as you said.
Hours.
12 hours?
12 hours. It's a 12-hour period. So, I mean, if you could kill 15 people in 12 hours, right?
Here's a couple of things with my concerns. Number one, first I'm going to ask you this, right, is would you participate in the Purge?
Now that I know that it's all crime, it don't have to be a murder, because the Lord only knows people come to the end of the tether and they're like, I want to kill this person.
Yeah.
But you really wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. I mean, I don't like to stand on a blooming spider. I'll catch it under the cup and wait for Tony to get home.
I've seen you when you're angry at someone and you do want to bludgeon them.
Yes.
To death.
That's in a moment, that's in an instant. And I talk it out to you. Like I'll scream at you about this person, not to them, obviously. And yeah, I want to tear their heads off, but I don't do it.
This is all built up, and then you're waiting. You're like counting down on your calendar till that day.
Until the bell rings.
Yeah, and you're sitting in the front door waiting for them to step out.
Well, no, I'll be more suave about it than that.
See? So you thought about it.
I hadn't thought about it.
See?
I'm thinking about it now. The way that I would do it. But no, I probably won't participate. I would build a fortress and just stay inside for those 12 hours. Have a big purge party. You know. Play some games, have a few laughs.
This brings up a couple things with me because first off, if I had to be a part of this, Because my first instinct would be like, wait, this only takes place in America. So if I know the purge is going to be happening, say, I don't know, July 1st, I'm going to leave.
Vacation.
I'm going to go to Italy, go to Canada, somewhere that's even close, you know, so you can take all your family. I'm leaving the week right before. And well, I don't know if I'd even come back, to be honest, because will my house still be standing? Everyone's ransacked it.
You'd have to have those, what is it, a ring phone or something?
It's not going to do anything. They can still...
You can see what's going on, though.
I guess.
So
I can see...
know whether or not to come back.
I'll know that Edith broke into my house.
Yeah, you'll see me sitting on your couch, eating your food, playing with your cat and your dog.
They'd be gone.
Your food would be gone.
The cat and the dog.
Maybe some of your furniture too, and some of your tools in your garage, they'd be gone. I'd be taking your tools. In fact, I'd just take your house. I'd take the whole house.
You just take over.
Yeah.
You'd be like, it's my house now.
You no longer live here. Don't come home.
So that would be my first thing, is I would leave if I know that was happening. Now, let's say other countries are doing it at the same time. The whole entire world is participating in this purge. I would say... Well, it brings up thoughts of Survivor, where you form alliances.
Right.
Because how on earth will the elderly or someone who is, I don't know, maybe you're not quite an adult, but you're still like a kid. You're like 18 and you're living on your own. You're in a dorm somewhere. What are you going to do? You're going to defend yourself.
You're not a nasty person that people want to kill or hurt.
Yeah, but you might be in the way of them wanting something. They're going to maybe slash you anyways.
Just over here drinking my coffee, reading paper, do what you will. I'll stay out of your way.
It doesn't sound like they're that civilized. If anything can go, I think that they would be just, automatic weapons. They'd be just killing people left and right, just for the thrill of it, so to speak. A real live action video game. It doesn't matter. I don't think that they have to necessarily have a
person or
like a vendetta against this person. They would just be doing it just to do it, just to kill. There's maniacs out there like that.
Yeah, there's maniacs out there like that do that now without a 12-hour go ahead.
So imagine if they had the permission. They would go balls to the wall. And other people who might not be that maniac, because they got the okay, they would do it. They would totally partake in it. You know that.
Do you think so?
People are crazy.
People are crazy, but you gotta hope that they wouldn't do it. I mean, there'd be a certain few.
You're not hoping anything. If it's life and death, you're not hoping that people don't kill you. You're not going to be like, I hope that they break into your house, and you're like, I hope that you're one of the good people.
Well, obviously, if I'm staying and I'm participating and someone's breaking into my house, they're getting probably a sawn-off shotgun to the face as soon as they come through the door.
Okay, say they got 10 people.
I'm just protecting myself.
Say they got 10 people, and 10 people have shotguns. You have one shotgun.
I've got 10 friends that are staying with me because I formed an alliance.
That's what I'm saying. So you see, like, you got to form alliances. So what? There's like a group of like 30 of you huddled in like a warehouse.
Don't want to kill anybody. Come over to my house. We'll have some fun. We've got weapons just in case it goes off the wrong side. But other than that, it's all about fun.
Well, that sounds like a huge
time.
No, that sounds like a huge invite for someone to be like, oh, I'll pretend I'm one of the good people, and then look at me, I've got 30 people already gathered.
Do you think I'm having strangers in the house or people I know?
Not necessarily strangers, people you don't really
good
know
friends.
them. If they had the opportunity,
good friends,
they'd eliminate you.
I know. You feel it. I can see your aura. I can see your aura.
You wouldn't be inviting me.
You wouldn't be. I won't be inviting you. Not with that aura. No, you won't be coming.
Well, listen, James DeMonico, he was saying that I guess he was asked why he didn't do like more like outdoors footage. He opted to have all the purging occur inside one family's home. Mm-hmm. It was because of budgeting. They had a very low budget and they only had like 19 days to film stuff.
Right.
But he said if he ever got a chance to do a second one, which by now,
there is. I think there's 5
Yes,
now.
there has been. But he said at the time that if he were to get a chance to do another one, then it would be more like Escape from New York, which I haven't seen any of the other purges. So I don't know if he's fulfilled his dream of doing that.
I don't know. I know there's one called Election Year or something.
Right.
Then there's Purge, the first Purge or something like that. I think that's like the third one or something. I was looking in the order to watch them, and apparently that was the first one to watch and then go to the first one.
Okay. Right.
Don't know why, but maybe it goes back to what happened in the first one, how it originated. I don't know.
So there's also a couple other things that I have to share with you, because I'm looking up this stuff and it's interesting.
So would you participate?
No, I already told you.
Did you say no? You'd be off in England or somewhere?
Yeah, when I knew that the purge is going to be happening, the week before, I'd already be gone with my family.
Do you think that many people are coming after you? Is that why you're leaving?
It's not just that. It's just that I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to have to see it. I don't want to have to witness it. I don't want to see that crap. Okay. We've done episodes where Edith is talking about gossip and she's talking about drama, and it gives me anxiety. I mean, I'm not scared necessarily of going through a haunted house or watching horror movies. I've read tons of horror books. I'm a huge Stephen King fan. However, watching those movies, some Stephen King movies, not all of them, but I would imagine watching something like The Purge, watching World War Z with the zombie apocalypse with Brad Pitt, that gives me anxiety. I'm just on edge the whole time. You know what I mean? And it's I don't have to put myself through that. If I have to, whatever, life happens. But if it's not necessary, why do I have to put myself in that situation? Good
point, yeah.
No, I haven't watched any of them. And if I had to be in a real life purge and witness it, even if all this ransacking is happening around me, looting, I wouldn't like that. That's not cool.
It's not cool.
I don't want to have to witness it, so I'd be gone. Actually, the director himself, he said that if a real purge were to happen, he says, quote, honestly, I'd probably just go to Canada and hide, end quote. He's got the same idea as me. But I was going to say to you, knowing that small budget that they had, which actually the budget was 19 days and only 2.7 million to work with.
Cheap. Half the price.
It's not it's not a small amount of money, but it is in terms of Hollywood when you're going to make a movie, right?
Yeah.
So Ethan Hawke, who is an old friend of the producer Jason Blum and the director James DeMonico, he was more than happy to help out his friends and appear in the movie to give a name that people knew. Ethan Hawke. So supposedly he was only paid $3,000 up front to be in the movie, but due to the success of it worldwide, he probably received some
royalties.
Yeah, some royalties with that. But it says he has probably received more money for this film than for any other in his career, and he's appeared in a lot. Reality Bites and yeah. But and even Training Day.
Yeah.
So I guess the Purge series probably has paid off for him more than any other. And he was willing to do it. I don't want to say, next to nothing. Just to help out friends, to give it some star quality power.
And that's where it comes back to you. That's where good comes back to you, right?
Sure.
Good karma.
Plus, I mean, don't get me wrong, 19 days, right? that's nothing. Yeah, it's not
for 19 days.
Yeah. Hang out with your friends for 3 weeks.
All right.
So, I wanted to let you know too, just from previous topics that you and I have talked about with Mystic Junkies and all that. But if you remember, if you watch the movie, The Homicidal Ladies in the White Dresses.
That's the title of a movie?
No. I guess there was some characters that showed up in the movie. There was homicidal ladies wearing white dresses. Were they a big part of it?
Oh, in
The Purge.
In The Purge.
Yeah, do you remember
what you were talking about? No, I don't really remember it, like I said.
Okay.
What about them?
Well, they were based off of Charles Manson's followers.
I see.
Like Hippy Dippy and stuff. So I guess those women were based off of that. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of violence in that movie. I don't remember. Like my brother, when he came over to visit, he watched it on the plane, and he was telling us about it.
Okay.
So he was kind of sickened by it, which made me kind of sickened before I even saw it. So then I thought I had to watch it. And I watched part of it. I think I would just like up and down. Like usually I'll sit through a movie, but this time I would just like.
See?
Didn't watch it.
It gave you, it's very upsetting kind of. It gave you like anxiety, right?
Kind of, yeah, I suppose.
It is.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with you on that.
Well, also, I mean, now it makes me think how you feel about movies such as like The Hunger Games. That was a good series, but it also was very like unsettling. Did you watch those? I watched those.
I definitely saw the first one. I think I might have seen the second one too, but after the first one, it were okay. It were a little crazy. Yeah, it's like, what is it? Squid Games now? The Squid Games. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, but that with the Squid Games, I want to say you're voluntarily joining that to be a part of it. Yeah, you're saying yes. I want to be a contestant.
I just saw it advertised.
Like, okay. I don't want to give it away for you.
Running for the life and
stuff. But you are recruited, but you are voluntarily joining. But you could die. But
do they tell you that before you sign up?
I don't think so. You just know that there's a lot on the line, and then when you see stuff happening, you're like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" And it's pretty graphic as well.
You watch Squid Games?
I did.
Now you don't. So you watched a season, or you watched one show?
No, I watched all of it.
But you can't watch, or you don't want to watch The Purge? Or,
I could. I'm just saying that I haven't, or if it was happening in real life.
You feel anxiety when you're watching the Squid Games?
I do. I do.
I just saw the commercial of it, like the advertisement for it, and it were people running for their lives.
Yes.
I'm like, did they just kill that person? Like,
part of me is also because of the culture. I wanted to kind of see what all the hoopla was about. So I watched the whole first season, and then they had a game version where contestants are playing like a reality show, like Survivor. So they had a Squid Games game version.
I see. But
then I watched the movie too, or the series. Yeah, it gave me anxiety. I still watched it, but it's crazy. It's crazy what people do for money. In the Hunger Games, the premise is it's not where you actually volunteer. That's kind of the part that gives me a little bit of anxiety, because you kind of pick like a lottery, and they're kids.
Yeah.
It's not even full-blown adults who can join the military, and these are kids. And that's why the whole Jennifer Lawrence, I guess her sister, I'm not giving away anything, no spoilers, but her sister gets chosen, and she's younger. She's maybe like 9, and Jennifer at the time is maybe like 15. So she goes, no, I'll step in for her. Like, I'll be her champion. So that's the whole premise. She steps in, and all these districts or all these counties have like 2 representatives from each, and basically they are put in this little bubble. They fight to the death, and the winner gets just tons of food. It's during obviously a really bad time. People are experiencing famine, poverty. Yeah. So whoever wins these Hunger Games gets food galore, and I don't know for how long. I don't know if it's only for like a year. Free food or free whatever, or what the period of time is. But the premise of it is that. And these kids are fighting and trying to survive because they want to be the last one standing. And that was that whole series. It also reminds me, I'm like going back to like grade school now, but in maybe 7th grade, I read this short story or short essay called The Lottery. And I forget who wrote it, but did you have to read that in grade school? No. That's a messed up thing to have like 11 or 12-year-olds read. It's a village, and you don't know if it's present day or in the past, but for whatever reason, I'm going to summarize it here. The whole entire village, everyone picks a straw or something like that, or you pick like a piece of paper. And again, this is not really a spoiler. This novel has been out for ages, and
I think there's a movie on it
young
too.
and old, everyone picks a piece of paper. I think it's what it is. So when you pick, and then everyone looks at it, and if you get that piece of paper, you think you won, because the word lottery means, usually the connotation is something happy, right? But in this one, you're the one chosen to be stoned.
Stoned to death.
Yeah. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not like you're being sacrificed to the volcanoes to appease the volcano gods so that they don't erupt and kill your village. It's just to be stoned. And then it ends, the story ends. And I remember reading it and then going, we're discussing it in our English class in 7th or 8th grade. And I'm just like, this is messed up. Like, why is this happening? This story, even though it's made up, it's still crazy. And the teacher's talking with like a smile and a smirk. And she's just asking like, so what have we learned from it? It's so messed up. But this is what all this reminded me of. Like the Purge, Hunger Games, the lottery. It's so like caveman-like, so uncivilized. It's saying, where does the purge happen? The only place that is happening is Staten Island. Staten Island is completely locked down for those who choose to participate. And I guess you have to wear a contact lens. So maybe they get footage. They're getting all this.
See what you're doing and what's happening.
Yeah, maybe they can get all this advertisement and money from it. But you wear a contact lens with a built-in camera during the purge, and you'll be paid $5,000 for staying in Staten Island, along with receiving additional money for full participation. I don't care how much that money is. These crazies get 12 hours to do whatever the hell they want. They might not kill you. What if they rape you? What if they just beat you because they just want to beat somebody?
Well, a good fist fight is also okay. That's one of the workout classes for you. We could stay. All we have to do with his contact lens in is one criminal act. It doesn't have to be murder. We could rob a bank, get back to the house, which is a fortress, stay there, play some pool, drink some Remy.
Yeah, I'm not going to be drinking any Remy. I'm going to be on my tip-top prime.
We've done his deed. We've got back to the lair safely. We now celebrate. We just got $5,000 for wearing the contact lens. A little bit more for doing the deed. We're going to survive the night. Anybody who comes by, maybe we'll drag them in, beat the shit out of them. You like to punch people.
I do.
Bite people.
I do.
We'll bring one in for you to practice on. Throw them back out if they don't want to stay. It's only 12 hours.
I wouldn't be drinking Remy. I'd be focused, and I want to be very sharp until the purge is actually over. Then I'll celebrate. Okay. Then I'll celebrate the Ocean's 11 shenanigans that you just put me through.
It's a team effort, Thuy. It was a team effort.
We'd have to split that with whoever helped us break into the bank.
We'd probably take it back the next day. Say, look, we didn't really want to do this, but we already got some funds.
You wouldn't.
Probably not.
You wouldn't.
It's not like you can bring people back to life after you've killed them, right?
Correct.
So, no, we'd just keep the money. But, yeah.
Then you can move somewhere else and you don't have to experience the purge again.
Yeah.
Buy a villa in Italy.
That's right. Buy a nice spot. Then leave after that when the next purge happens. Every year. Just for 12 hours. But yeah, take a little cruise around the Mediterranean while the purge is happening.
I wouldn't be doing that.
You wouldn't be doing what?
I would. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even have been a part of it. I mean, it was.
You'd already be aware.
Yeah. Now, if you stayed
the following year, just think you could stay in my villa in Italy.
I could do that anyways. If you stayed back.
What do you mean you could do that anyway? Just inviting yourself to my house?
Yeah. You already went through the purge, and then you already stole all that money from the bank. So wouldn't you use that money now to be like having parties and inviting people over? Certainly, surely you would invite Thuy.
Great charity work. Be working with some underprivileged children. Yeah.
You can't say that with a straight face.
Teaching them pickleball. Definitely the kids. Working with kids. So they grow up to be nice people.
You wouldn't do it for free.
I'd be doing it for free because I'm minted. I am minted. I don't need to work anymore.
All right.
It's all free.
If you say so.
Yep.
You hear it. You heard it here, folks. I want to know what our viewers would do. Would they stay for the purge? Would they form alliances? Would they just totally bulk up on armored suits and tanks and what? Or would they leave? Would they be like Thuy and get the hell out of there? Yeah. I wouldn't be staying for that.
Not Thuy Jet like Jet Li or his Thuy Win, but she would jet.
I wouldn't, it's not like that I'm a wuss. Like, I will fight.
Tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself.
But I don't have to subject myself to that.
You don't.
That's why I'm leaving.
Well, I mean, people will form their own opinion of you.
I want to know what our viewers think. I want to know. They can chime in and they can write to Edith. She loves getting mail because...
And let me know if you think those people that leave, if there shouldn't be a certain purge for them when they come back.
I wouldn't be coming back.
I.e. Thuy. Because she will come back. She would come back. But you can let us know on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify. Pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts from. Oh, there.
Any major leading
platforms, media listening platforms.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks so much for joining.
See you next time. If you had fun listening today, please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel.